Hello, my name is Audrey Garza, and today I'll be presenting to you my research on best location in Texas for mechanical engineers. A little bit about myself. I was raised in a small itty bitty town in southern Texas that you've probably never heard of before called Falfurrias, Texas. We are tiny. We are a population of around 4,000. The most that we're known for is our checkpoint down in Encino and our butter, which you can find in your local supermarket if you're far enough down south. Currently, I am a freshman attending Texas A&M, and I'm studying under their mechanical engineering program. I've always really been interested in math and science and just mostly the STEM field. It's always just interested me. So mechanical engineering felt like the perfect way to take the things that I liked about school and about life and take the curiosity I had about everyday things and put it into a career. Coming from a small town, it's easy to find people who will tell you that you can't do it, or since you come from a small town, you feel a little bit insecure because maybe your education wasn't as good as those who went to bigger cities. So it's really easy to doubt yourself, and it's really easy to it's really easy to feel inferior. But I have always held on to the belief that if I just stick through it and I power through it, I trust in myself, and I do well by myself, I do everything right, then I'll make it. I come from a small town, but I have a big personality, huge, and hopefully one day I hope to be able to show that personality to the world, help influence the world in some way, help the world in general, hope to be successful, and I hope to give my family back everything that they've given me. I want to give them the life that I know that they would want to have if they could. I want to give them that life, make sure that nobody has to worry about anything. I really just want to take care of my family and myself and give them everything that I've ever wanted. So I am really, really pushing towards that. So moving on from my personal background, the objective of this PowerPoint is to conclude what city would be the best for a mechanical engineer. I will be doing so based off of a set of 3 different criteria. Those 3 being the culture of the city themselves, the average cost of living in that city, and the job opportunities available in each city. So I have pre-selected 3 cities already. And the 3 cities I've selected are Houston, San Antonio, and Austin. These 3 cities are just the most well-known in Texas and some of the most populous and large areas in Texas, and they lend themselves to have more opportunities and a bigger culture, and really mostly just overall the opportunities seem to be a lot more numerous in these cities since they are so large and populous. So moving first to culture, so beginning with Houston, they have a population of just about 2.2 million, and their population is largely Caucasian. They are over 50% white. They have a large African American population as well. The African American population sits at about 22.8%, and they also have a very large Hispanic Latino culture and population as well. And it's this large population and culture that really gives Houston its culture. For example, the Houston Rodeo is a large event that happens in Houston that is known probably worldwide. It is known to quite a lot of people. It is a really popular event in Houston, if not the most popular event in Houston. The Houston Rodeo is an exhibition of all things that Texas does best, including roping competitions, uh, livestock showings, concerts, performances, shopping. There's just so much to do with the Houston Rodeo. But along with the Houston Rodeo, Houston is also home to NASA, which needs no explanation. Everybody knows what NASA is and what they do. And Houston really plays into this space theme. For example, the Houston Astros, who are based out of course, Houston, have a jersey this 2022 season called the Space City jerseys, obviously playing off of the Space City itself. But Houston really lends itself to taking that space culture from NASA and making it their own, obviously because they are based out of Houston. But moving on to San Antonio. San Antonio is mostly Caucasian, mostly white. At over 70% of their population is white. And they also have a large mixed race population. San Antonio is most known for their downtown area, which has many different things to do, but the most notable things are the San Antonio Riverwalk, the Tower of Americas, and of course the Alamo. The Riverwalk is home to many different stores, many different restaurants. There is an endless amount of things you can do on the Riverwalk. There is the River Center Mall, which is located at the end of the Riverwalk, which is of course a mall. To shop, you can eat. There's a theater. The Tower of Americas is exactly what it sounds like. It is a huge tower, right smack in the middle of downtown San Antonio. You can go up to the top. You can see all the sights there are to see from the very top of this tower. You can see the beautiful San Antonio skyline, and at the very top there is a restaurant that will spin you 360 degrees, albeit very slowly. I think it takes about 45 minutes for a full rotation, but you go 360 degrees and you can see all of that beautiful San Antonio skyline. And of course, the Alamo, which is really smack in the heart of San Antonio. It lies directly downtown. It's surrounded by shops, and you can go and visit, and you can see this historic site, and it really is beautiful, knowing the history and knowing that San Antonio respects and really takes pride in this history, especially with the Alamo, and it's really a beautiful sight to see. Now, Austin is also really largely white population. They have about the same. They have about 70% of their population is white. And they also have a large population of mixed races, African Americans and Asians. There is a large mixed race population. And Austin is best known for its college lifestyle. Austin is, of course, home to UT at Austin, University of Texas at Austin. And if nobody's talking about the college, then they are definitely talking about 6th Street, because that is the most notable thing to do in Austin. 6th Street is lined with bars, lined with clubs, lined with bars. You can go party. But aside from the bars, if you're maybe not old enough or you just don't want to, that's not your thing, then 6th Street is also lined with a plethora of restaurants and little hangout spots that you can go and chill at. There's different sections of 6th Street. There is Old 6th Street, where you'll find the bars and restaurants. There's West 6th Street, which is also has bars and restaurants, mostly known for its bars. And there's East 6th Street, which is mostly known for its restaurants and hangout spots. But 6th Street is definitely the largest part, if not if not the largest, then it's a pretty big part of Austin's culture. Now moving on to the cost of living in each of these. Now, it's not going to be cheap for these cities. These cities are huge. There's so much to do. None of these cities are going to be cheap at all. But the average cost of living, including rent for these cities and for one person, starting with the bottom, San Antonio is the cheapest to live in, coming in at $1,773. Keep in mind, this is for only one person. So if you're planning to move with a family, this number would not be for you. This number, San Antonio, would go up, would double. From what I have found, this number doubles. For a 4-person family, this number does double, and this is including rent. So if you take out rent, you can subtract about $700 from this number here. Next up is Houston. Houston is the middle ground when it comes to these three in terms of price. So Houston is the second most expensive, coming in at just under $2,000 a month. This is a month. Coming in at just under $2,000 a month. This is for one person. And like I said, this price, generally for these prices do double for a 4-person family. But for a single person, it will be the price that you see here. So coming in at the top, the most pricey would be Austin, coming in at $2,200 and change. Austin is the most expensive to live in, but surprisingly not by as much as I thought it originally would be. And I came into this honestly thinking that Houston was going to be at the top of this list, thinking that it was going to be the most expensive. So Austin being up there is a little bit of a shocker to me, but San Antonio would be the least. If you are looking to maybe save money, San Antonio would be the best for you. Houston is that nice middle ground. It's $200 more than San Antonio and just about $300 less than Austin. Austin is maybe if you want to be close to somebody living in or going to college, or maybe you just like the lifestyle of Austin better, you like the people there, then that extra $300 will be worth it to you. But moving on, the job opportunities in these different cities would have to be split into the respective cities themselves. So for Houston, for the job opportunities for mechanical engineers, what we have is entry-level engineers will obviously be paid the least, starting at $55,000 to maybe around $80,000, up to maybe $130,000 per year. And of the jobs that I searched through and of the job listings through all of the websites that I went through, most of the jobs were full-time, if not part-time. And they all had assorted benefits. So they all offered like healthcare or dental, 401ks, just insurance in general, and things like that. Mid-level engineers obviously get paid a little bit more because they have a little bit more experience. So if you have a little bit more experience, you have some years under your belt already, you can expect to be paid about $15,000 more than what you would if you were coming in entry level. So you would start at around $70,000 and you can make up to $130,000 per year. And it's very similar to the entry level where you have full-time 8-hour shifts, and you also have assorted benefits, obviously being insurance, 401ks, and things of that nature. If you're a senior level mechanical engineer, you can expect to be paid almost $30,000 more than what you would if you were an entry level, and you can make more than $30,000 more at the cap. So with this being a senior, you would have to work, or for most of the job listings that I found at least, you would be working full-time, 8-hour shifts, also with assorted benefits, again, that being dental insurance, health insurance, life insurance policies, 401ks, etc. Now for Austin, it's a little different. Starting out, you do make a little bit more than you would in Houston. You start, for at least for most of the jobs that I found, you start at around 70,000 per year, and you can work that up to 100,000. You are working full-time Monday to Friday with limited assorted benefits, so most of the jobs here don't offer as many benefits as they did in Houston. Some of the jobs would offer health insurance, others would offer dental with no health, others would offer nothing at all, and others you would find offered maybe just life insurance. But it was very rare in Austin to find jobs that offered all of the above, where they offered dental and health and life insurance and it was very rare to find a job, at least at entry level, with those benefits. So for mid-level, you're not getting paid that much more in Austin. You're getting paid $5,000 more starting out, and you can work that up to 110,000 per year, which is only 10,000 more if you were in entry level. You are working full time, again, Monday through Friday, with the same limited benefits as you would an entry level engineer. So again, like either dental or either health, really never multiple, really just one or the other. Senior level mechanical engineers do get paid a tad bit more. They do start out at 90,000, and they can work that up to 130,000 per year. Again, this is full time, and again, this is with limited benefits. Though for senior level mechanical engineers in Austin, there was more of a variety, and there were more job listings that were offering dental and health and 401ks, just not all of them. Now moving on to San Antonio, it's about the same as it was in Houston. You are making $55,000 a year, up to $98,000 a year. You are working full time Monday to Friday with the same limited benefits that we talked about with Austin. For mid-level engineers, you're making a little bit more. You're making about $9,000 more as you would if you were an entry level in San Antonio. So you're making $63,000 to maybe $90,000, and some job listings did offer up to $120,000 per year. Again, you're working Monday through Friday full time with limited benefits. And senior engineers get paid a lot more. They get paid anywhere from $100,000 to $200,000 per year, full time Monday through Friday with limited assorted benefits. Again, the same ones that we were talking about. So San Antonio is on the cheaper side. They do offer a smaller pay, but the cost of living is a little bit less. So finally, we've reached our results. In conclusion, Houston does have the median cost of living out of these three. Houston does offer the highest overall salary, and Houston also does have the largest population. Now, Austin does have the highest cost of living and has a median salary with the smallest population. So Austin is generally not going to be my first pick, maybe not even my second. Austin would be my third pick. And San Antonio has the lowest cost of living as well as the lowest salary, and they have a median population. So I would have to put San Antonio at second in terms of best. Just because that they do have a lower salary and a lower cost of living. But I feel that Houston, the salary and the cost of living balance each other out. So I found that Houston would be the best place for a mechanical engineer to live.